Chinazo Usuafo ndewo daalụkwa ndị ọma na-ege ntị. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Ekene m onye ukwu kene onye nta wee sị ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ asị m mmiri ata na mazụ anwụ na nke onye chiri onye azụ elu. Abịago m n'ụbọchị nke taata ka anyị gbasa ozi ọma nwere onwe. Ama m na ụfọdụ atụgidego anya maazị kedu ihe kpata na ịda abịazi maazị ada afụzi gị, maazị gbago ọsọ, maazị ka ezi nke na-eme. Ekene m ndị niile nke sendịrị m meseji, ndị zitekwanụrụ ozi ka ha malụ ka m si adị, ka ha malụ ma udo adịkwa. Ekene m onye ọbụla, mmadụ dịka Bob King, ekene m gị. Adakụ, ekene m gị. Ndị a jụrụ ese mmarụ ka ha marụkwanụ ka nwoke ka ihe niile na-agakwa, maka na onwe ka ọ dị nọkata all of a sudden afụlọzi MAP na Facebook ọ dịzie ka fim, afụlọzi gị ihe niile na-ada ịgbakpuo n'ime gazo, onwerozi ya nụrụ onu gị. Ekene m niile ọnụnụ ji wee pụta wee gbakwanụ mbọ ka adịkwanụ shọ na ahụ dị m unu n'anya ụfụ na ahụ dị m na nwoke na-acha gị ezi. Ka m kenekwa ndị nọ na-ege m ntị n'ụbọchị nke taata. nwa ugwu Emmanuel ndewo. Chidera Eze, ekenekwa m gị. Engineer Ogochukwu Nna Emeka Celestine, ekene gị. Maazị Osi ndewo. Chris Felix nwa Chineke ndewo. Zobie Collins ndewo, ekene m gị. Ekene m onye ukwu kene onye nta. N'ụbọchị nke taata m ga-agbasa ozi ọma. M ga-aga straight, very very straight na the issue mbute m here, because ọ dị m ihe mwute that that is n'ihe na-eme anyị taata, ihe niile na-eme. Isiokwu m n'ụbọchị nke taata, confronting the reality. Enwere ife dị iche mmadụ ịnabata reality, that is facing the reality, na living in delusion. Yeah, living the life ị na-eche na onwere ka ihe ọzọ ji eme. Meanwhile, ihe anụ abụọ na ka esi eme ya. Ekwugo m kwukwasa ihe niile ifu na-eme ma n'ime IPOB ma n'ala Igbo na Biafra at large. The reason ihe niile a ji eme bụ maka na we have not confronted the reality onokwesi. Nwada Karagod, I greet you. Ndewo. Ostino Onyeka, ekene m gị. Livingstone Promise ndewo. Nze kwatuo nze ndewo. Now, isiokwu m n'ụbọchị nke taata bụ confronting the reality. Ekwugo m ya n'ọtụtụ videos na-emesi. Mmadụ na-asọpọtụ gị, don't be carried away by the support of the person. Adịna carried away. They try to find out some certain things, and those things you need to find out bụ ofubu ke the reason onye aja support gị. Onye a na-support gị for your own interest or for the interest of the masses or for his or her personal interest. Ke the reason o ji support gị. The moment I bido find about the reasons people ji support gị, ka ị ga-eji wee mara how to build yourself. Ka ị ga-eji identify when you are wrong and when you are right. Mana ọ bụrụ na ị chọpụtara the reason people ji support gị, you will make a lot of mistake by thinking that they are with you. They will push you. When you now arrive in a point where that support is needed most, they will withdraw because that is not the reason they are supporting you. And I will try to bring a video of the former president of Nigeria, in the person of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, His last remark shows his real color. And when I say something like this, some people will be saying, oh, Mazi, this is a gini ka ị na-ekwu dị ife a, Mazi ọbụla na-enwe ka esi eme. This word na-enwe ka esi eme bụ the reasons ndị Igbo ji ata afụ. Ka m na-achọ the video, anwụkwala another thing m ga-agwakwa ndị be anyị. And I must commend our brother Onowu Igbo for his today's program. Unu mana IPOB ime nke ọma anyị eto gị, imekwa nke ọjọọ anyị apịawasịa gị azụ, according to my comrade Metusela nwanne Mekisedek. Ime nke ọjọọ anyị eme gị, anyị apịawasịa gị, anyị apịa gị gwogwo. So according to Nyawa, maka this census, awful that now. Just a minute. On nwere okwu maka census na anya ga-like ka ọ bụ na ndị ugwu ma aka na ndị Igbo nwere the highest census ka propagate ka ndị Igbo nata. Eji m ohere a wee na-ayọkwa nwanne anyị bụ nya bụ Onowu, echene mgbe a ga-ama aka before propagate enya biko. Ana m ayọ gị asị gị, this is the time you need to propagate it, because in a more na your own area of specialization. Nke a kịta ị naghị eme for na ị na-emeri ndị IPOB. No, you are not doing it for IPOB. You are doing it for ndị Igbo. Nke a bụ nke ị ga-emeli ife ị ga-emelu ndị Igbo. Ọ bụrụ ife ị ga-emela anyị, or ị naghị emelu nke IPOB. You are doing it for ndị Igbo. First, to stop the marginalization and the seeing ndị Igbo as a minority. Ndị be anyị bụ ndị Igbo kwesịrị ịnaghachite azụ na be anyị for this upcoming census. All the very important, because m ga na-etinye na every preaching m ga na-eme. Why wait? It was the DSS. Not this very video I want to bring on. Let me check if the video is still here. I don't think the video not here. Let me can play from Facebook direct. Whatever in aga. Because a lot emego na this very movement. And in getting can put this thing can get maka nime IPOB, because a lot is also happening in IPOB which needed to be treated also. Abona the voice na potonume ka malubiko. The voice of
From elections to governance and performance, that's the subject matter of this event organized by Next Year and the Ibadan School of Governance and Public Policy. Former President.
Now, listen to what Obasanjo said here, and the Ingabali this Oku Ofuma, so that our people were Malia, and the reason they were better, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, who is turning 80 or 81 years old now, is because Olusegun Obasanjo, who masterminded the killing of Ndi Igbo during the Biafran genocide committed by Nigerian government, came out to tell us that he is supporting Peter Obi. And after seeing the massive ringing and all the ill treatment and this current time, that Ndi Igbo, the Igbo properties, most especially the Igbo business, are being burned down in all part of the Yoruba land and including the northern Nigeria. And our brother Peter Obi, who clearly won the election, but he was pushed out because of his ethnic origin, because of he is an Igbo man. Now, he is under pressure to be arrested. Watch the statement coming from the Obasanjo, who has what it takes to speak as a man, who has what it takes to vibrate and they caution those, because Obasanjo is bigger than those that is pressuring Peter Obi. But watch the role so that you will understand the reason you are confronting the reality is the only thing that will save us. Confronting the reality is the only thing that will make Ndi Igbo and the Biafrans stand out, and the Biafra will be restored, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be freed. But in as far as na can also now chayali na pampa we will continue to the suffer, because there is a reason for everything. There is everything where time. Pay attention to Obasanjo.
Obasanjo, who insists he's too old to keep quiet, says that Nigeria is more divided than ever before, and as such requires reconciliation and healing.
Given what we saw during the elections, Nigeria is now even more divided and more corroded than we thought. This places a deep onus on any administration following the current one to urgently facilitate the process of national moral rearmament and national reconciliation that the potential to enhance healing for aggrieved and bereaved persons across Nigeria and to assuage the youth.
The former president...
Now, did you hear that? Obasanjo is now speaking for peace. Obasanjo is now calling for peace. Methuselah the Melchizedek, greetings from here. Obasanjo is now calling for peace. He is no longer speaking about the stolen mandate. He is no longer speaking about the ringing of election. He is no longer speaking about the Igbo shops that was burned to ashes. Obasanjo de ekutezi okwu na ihe ha nosi na bụ how to bring them back again and let us continue with one Nigeria. Let us continue. The damage have been done. Let us move on. Why you move on? Who is suffering? Can you move on? Who is losing? Can you move on? Who is the person that you are? Who is the person that is losing his or her properties? Ndi Igbo. Because these are the strategies of the Fulanis, and these are being sponsored. These strategies was given to Fulanis by the British. Because, to be honest speaking, Fulanis are not intelligent enough to map out strategies to outsmart an Igbo man in terms of politics and in terms of anything in all ramifications. They are not smart, but they have people that are sophisticated in wisdom. They have people that are well endowed with different strategies. These are Americans and Britain and the other part of the Western world. These are the people masterminding and helping the Fulanis on the strategies on how to strike and on how to deal with Ndi Igbo, and on how to make sure that they pin Ndi Igbo down, they pin Biafrans down. They must colonize you and they decolonize you again, and they will make sure that they put you under their command. And what did they do? Keifefane, Hapo, Peter Obi. The reason Obasanjo supported Peter Obi is not for Peter Obi to become Nigerian president. No, Obasanjo knows fully well that the Yorubas and the Fulanis can never allow Igbo man to become a Nigerian president. Obasanjo knows this vividly. Obasanjo knows that Peter Obi coming out is to just for two purposes. Two reasons Peter Obi come out. In a normal grant, in a level grant, Tinubu cannot withstand Peter Obi on free and fair election. If Nigeria is to be a country like Italy, France, Germany, Austria, Australia, any part of the Western world, Tinubu and Atiku cannot stand Peter Obi on anything election. Jidofo Biafra, greetings from here. Nkechi, I greet you. Last Born TV in Dewo. Now, Peter Obi will defeat them. But in Nigeria, 10 Peter Obi cannot defeat Tinubu. In Nigeria, 20 Peter Obi cannot defeat Atiku, because ego neku, money decide. Money and connection, who you know, how connected you are, who are the people, your masters, what is your grade in your own slave slavery in the record of your slave masters. How can ordinary slave now become head of other slavery when there is a slave masters. Now, the two reasons they bring out Peter Obi, the Britain bring out Peter Obi, and they make Obasanjo to support him is for two reasons. Number one is because of Biafra restoration, and that's because of IPOB to stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and stop Biafra restoration. I said this earlier, but because of the love and emotion our people always attach on some certain issues, instead of confronting the reality, they attach too much love and emotion to something without looking deep to know the reality behind that thing you are putting your emotion and your support. Because putting your emotion and your support on something you don't know the root and the destination will definitely cause you more damage than bringing good to you. Now, that is number one reason. The second reason is because the Britain is suspecting if the Fulanis will go against their command. The British is suspecting if the Fulani oligarchy, the Fulani, the northern elite might go against them. Then now look, what way can we now bring the Fulanis to let them know that we can take the power from them, so that we will not put the Fulanis under their command, at the same time put the Igbos under their command. They now bring Peter Obi. They use one stone to kill two birds. That is the game of Britain. Now, what did they do? They now tell Obasanjo, support Peter Obi, support him, keep on supporting him. Why they are telling the Fulanis, if you cannot obey what we are telling you, if you cannot follow our command, look at Peter Obi, you see the kind multitude, you see the crowd that he is pushing. If you don't sign this contract now, we will take this power and give it to your own slave to become your head master, your head of slave. Now, out of fear, the Fulanis don't want to lose the power to an Igbo man. They need to succumb. They need to surrender. They need to do something. They need to come do something in order to make sure that they are always in power, because they believe they have that mentality, born to rule. They have the mentality, born to rule. Now, Peter Obi, boom, on Ochaloku, Oseloku, Ebeni Nanada, obedient. That obedient, you see how it goes. Now, everything have done. The time for you to show truly you really support Peter Obi is now. You don't need to call for peace. You cannot have peace when there is an injustice. You cannot be calling for peace where there is an injustice. What you're supposed to be calling is justice, not peace. Because what will bring peace is justice. You cannot tell somebody that injustice was done on him to be a peaceful or to come on a round table for a peace without bringing justice to him. Now, Obasanjo, who is the person who masterminded this obedient movement, is now calling on the incoming government. Who is the incoming government is calling to call for peace? That is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He never said, no, we cannot be calling for peace nor any incoming government. What Obasanjo should have done, if he is truly transparent, if he truly supports Peter Obi, is to call on the Nigerian court to facilitate the judgment before May 29 to make sure that they don't swear in the Tinubu. But he did not do that. Now, you will see that they will bring a lot of people like Obasanjo. Now, Sonyenka, Abi, whatever it's called, is now speaking. Who is he speaking against? The same Obedient. Remember when Obedient was moving, Sonyenka never speak against Obedient movement before this election. Sonyenka was in fully support before this election, in support of Peter Obi. All of a sudden, Sonyenka, who was pushing for Obedient and Peter Obi, Igbo presidency and the Southeast, now see the obedient movement as the most useless, whatever, I don't even forget the word he used. Me and you know that it's only one incoming government we get. You don't see any two incoming government. May 29, you cannot swear two people in. You can only swear one person in. You don't call for peace without having justice. You don't call for peace without getting justice when an injustice is done to you. What any person should be, it's like P2B coming now and be calling for peace and telling any incoming president or incoming government must check a way to unite. What are you uniting? Who are the people that their properties was burned down to? What have you done to compensate them? Have Obasanjo called for the government to every shops that was burned? These are the percentage or social amount should be given to them. When these are done, you will know that they are calling for peace. But they are telling you to move on. You can move on without any compensation, without any plan to repay those people that they have burned their shops and their markets down. These are not in any government nor any governor's budget. And who are these people that their shops and everything was burned down? These are the Igbos. And the cause of burning their shop is because they elected or they voted their own candidate. The candidate of their choice, that was their crime. And that they have to pay with their shops. Many of them are in the village now because you cannot be in Lagos without any business. Your shop have been burned down. Now, at this point, what did Obasanjo supposed to do? Ihe kwesịrị imebu kwechiri with Peter Obi. Kwechiri, ọbụla peacemaking ke Yakoba. Ihe kwesịrị ime na bụ calling on INEC on everywhere, any opportunity to speak, any opportunity Obasanjo have to speak to the public, whether journalists or any channel, any means. What Obasanjo should be calling now is about giving the mandate that was stolen by the APC to the rightful owner. But he can never do that. And watch out for many pastors who will now take this step, because our people are good when they construct a very sweet poem. Oh, we need to heal ourselves. We need to come together as one indivisible entity. We need to know that we cannot achieve this by war. We cannot achieve this by crisis. We need to come on a round table. Ndi Bakobaka, what a powerful speech. Yes, then those living abroad telling you to do this, they don't have their properties in Nigeria. Let me tell you, there is no any Igbo man residing abroad that don't invest in Nigeria today. In Europe, it's not where you invest. Any black man that have brain, that is reasonable, that come to this Europe, always come to make money to invest home. Europe, they are investment in Europe. They make money and bring it back home. So don't think that all of us who are in abroad are here to just make money and spend it here. No, we think about home. We are thinking on how to fix our homes, which is Biafra land. Now, can you get one Obasanjo, because a lot of things he said here.
The dwindling economy and huge national debt burden of the country.
Governance in Nigeria now calls for thinking outside the box in terms of development, financing. These have become inevitable in the face of Nigeria's dwindling fortune in oil revenue, Nigeria's huge foreign indebtedness, and the urgency of diversifying Nigeria's monocultural economy.
Delivering a keynote address.
Did you hear that? There is nothing connected there. At the initial stage or at beginning, he only made a talk about the election after seeing this. He did not say after everything. Very soon, the preaching, they will look for the people whom we respect very much and the right statement for them, because they cannot make a statement on their own. These people, the Britain will now give them a statement on how to construct very sweet story to tell you, most especially when they will be telling you, coming to the round table, making peace, what the damage have been done. Now we have to forge ahead so that what come to your side, we will zone this to your side. That was what they told us in 2015. That was the same story they told us in 2019. After the Biafran War, what did they tell us? No victor, no vanquish. Meanwhile, we know that the Biafrans lose that very war. They deceived our fathers during that time and tell us, oh yeah, come, let us build one Nigeria. They will compensate you. You will be reintegrated back to the system, and they will now have everybody will now be developing. They will not take. They told us that they told us that the East will now be controlling their assets up till today. That is why they seized all the properties of Ndi Igbo. The amount Ndi Igbo have in bank was seized, and the letter they now give everybody 20 pounds. Only the saboteurs that they allow to go with their money. That is why you see people like John Onyanwodo become billionaire. That is why you see some people who, most of them, become billionaire, because these are the saboteurs during the Biafran War. Now, at this junction, the debt of Nigerian, which is up to 20-something trillion. They will not tell you, since we have seen this thing, in 2027, it is non-negotiable. It's an Igbo man. Nobody will contest. All those statements is to just make sure that they calm you down, to cool your temper, to put you back in suffering system, to make sure that you become more also, so that you become more bad. Because you failed by identifying the reason they just support you. Those prominent individuals that was supporting P2B, where are they now? The pressure is only on P2B now. Where are the other peoples? Why are they not speaking up? The moment I read P2B's court case against Tinubu, when he added the drugs that Tinubu involved himself, I said that P2B should watch his back, because they must look for something to dig out to use against him. Before you know it, boom, voice record appeared. What are the security? How did the voice record appear? These are the reasons I told you. With the voice record, many of you will be seeing it as just a mere something. It's not a mere something. With that voice record, that alone have given the Tinubu more, what will I call it? More opportunity, or that is morale to do more evil. Because with that alone, you can persecute any person. Why is the court delaying in discharging the judgment? And ask yourself, check all the prominent Yorubas, those who supported P2B at initial stage. They are now making U-turn, supporting Tinubu. Those who tell you that it's an Igbo turn, even some those that are not Yorubas, you can't hear their voice, because they have succeeded against Ndi Igbo. Ndi Igbo allowed their zeals to be used, and they abandoned their leader. Ndi Igbo, because of ordinary promise, Igbo presidency, you abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who laid this foundation. Without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, P2B can never make this move. But because of our ignorance, we cannot confront the reality. We are afraid at every given time to confront our enemies. Only Igbo nwere power ebe onye Igbo ibie no. Onye Igbo don't have the courage, the mindset of confronting outsider with full chest, with full power. He will be afraid. When you ask him, why are you afraid of confronting the reality of your opponent? He will tell you the word, building alliance. You don't build alliance with your enemies. There's one message, one article I come across. You say, a friend, two must agree to. I can call you my friend, and if you don't call me your friend, I am not your friend, because you are the person who to make the choice. I call you my friend. To me, you are my friend, but to you, I'm not your friend. That means we cannot move together. You will be suspecting me because you don't trust me. You don't see me as your friend. But I can trust you, see you as a friend. That is what is killing Ndi Igbo. Other parties don't trust the Igbo people, and they don't accept Ndi Igbo as their friend, not to talk of brother. That is why you can't see Yoruba man trusting an Igbo man. You can't see a Fulani man trusting an Igbo man. You can't see an Hausa man trusting an Igbo man. But an Igbo man can trust a Yoruba man, because only Igbo na fonye Yoruba as his brother, as his friend. He see a Yoruba man and he take that Yoruba as a brother. He take that Yoruba as a friend. Automatically, he trusts the Yoruba man. But the Yoruba man don't trust an Igbo man. They don't see you as your brother. That is why you see the burning of Igbo shops. The same thing applicable to the north. Until Ndi Igbo try every possible means to know if the person you are calling your brother truly accept you as his own or her own brother. If the person you are calling your sister, if the person see you as the same way you see him, that is when both of you can come together to do anything that will yield fruit. But as long as Ndi Igbo continue seeing everybody as their brother without checkmating, without knowing if those people accept them, we will continue to suffer. That is, the North become born to rule, Igbos become born to suffer. Only two ways about it. That is confronting the reality. You must confront the reality. How can you confront the reality? Ndi Igbo, I am saying this. We must, I get bugoduzo konwanyi zuola anyi. Mbu, our guys konwanyi to anyi nanya. We must be proud of ourselves before extending that to the outsider. And up to this today, being 2023, Ndi Igbo are not proud of themselves. Ndi Igbo remain the great tribe, the greatest tribe who don't know their potentials, who are begging for. Ndi Igbo is like a hunter who is carrying elephant on his head, carrying antelope on his hand, and using his leg to go and catch cricket. Using his leg to capture cricket. At the process of capturing that cricket, the elephant that he carrying on his head will fall out, and he will lose that elephant. At the same point, he will lose the antelope, and he will now come to just ordinary cricket. In that Nigeria you are today, Ndi Igbo are the breadwinners. Ndi Igbo are the taproot. Ndi Igbo are the most powerful people. But why is Ndi Igbo suffering today? Because they have failed to confront the reality. They have failed to realize that there is no road in a place where they are going. They have failed to realize that the people you are with are not with you. In IPOB, if I see that you don't see me as an IPOB, I will give you a chance. I don't come close to you. I'm somebody named me here in a way that I must know the reason why you are following me. I was watching Mazi Metusela Wane Mekisedek on his comment section, because anytime I watch any program, I always concentrate on the person's preaching and the people commenting. I see that some idiots want to disguise themselves under the religion to start attacking the leadership. And I was trying to call him to tell him that. Unfortunately, I did not even call, and he realized that, and the Optawa has he addressed that. That is to tell that he, Methuselah, always watch and know the reasons why you are supporting him, so that he will not come and hide under something and be doing another thing. Because you see, or just in disguise. No. Once you are following me, I always monitor people that comment here, and I always follow them in other pages, so that I will be able to monitor their real character, so that I will be able to know who these people are. That was how I now see some people when they are in autopilot. I see their characters, and I was able to know many people. You must be very, very articulated. You must be very, very at alert when you see people. Oh, Manza Chebe, ride on. Manza Chebe, you are doing a great job. Not every ride on you must listen to. There are some ride on that ride on is to push you out of the way, and you will never see them again. There are some ride on that will push you from top to bottom. There are some ride on that will lift you from bottom to up. So you must be very, very attentive, at alert, very smart to identify those genuine ones. When they comment, you understand it. When they talk, you know, yes, this person is very genuine. These are the things Ndi Igbo na lack. In developing our Igbo, that should be the number one priority of Ndi Igbo today. Now, when you see the events, all these things that have happened in this concluded selection, you see that actually just set roll down, calm all down, monitor the whole scenarios that played during this election. You will see that the northern people, the northern part, they played a very fantastic, dangerous role in this very election, trying to make sure that they instigate only the Yorubas against Ndi Igbo, trying to play the role of that they are not the enemies of Ndi Igbo. They just take themselves out, trying to be good. If you watch all these things that is happening, there is no any crisis in the north. Why are they doing so? They are doing so to make sure that if you are seeing a Yoruba person as your brother, that relationship must end, so that you will start seeing them, the northern people, as your own brother and be fighting the Oduduwa. Let me tell you, as an Igbo man, don't see any difference between Yoruba man and the Fulani man. When you will know who is truly your friend and your brother is when something happened between you and them. To be honest with you, if you check last year and last 2 years, when I will say that I don't trust Yoruba people, some of you will say, Mazi, why are you saying this? Mazi, you don't need to say this. We are building alliance with these people. We are coming together. Are you wiser than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't know everything. He's a human being, just that he has the gift. He was called for this purpose. But being somebody whom blood runs through his vein, he can be eligible or he can be exposed to mistakes. He can be exposed to mistakes. He can make mistakes. But being a leader, once he makes mistakes, he always listens to advice and make corrections. So, that is why I tell you people, the Fulanis, the North are playing the game of innocence. They are trying to rewrite their wrong of our brothers, because they know the mentality of an Igbo man. Igbo man always believe the word they tell them. Igbo man believe sweet word faster, and every word that is sweet, 99.9% of any sweet word is lie and deceit. Go and check it anywhere. Any person you are following and all his words are very sweet, neat, you can never see anything that will hurt you or provoke you in his mouth. That person is a pathetic liar. He is just a well-nurtured liar. And that is why you see many people are being misled, because they follow the sweet word. Oh, Indigo, yes, I am from the north. I know I am from the north, but Ndi will need a second head bridge or bridge whatever, second bridge to be crossing. He no mean it. He never mean it. Once somebody make that statement, just calm down. Go through the mind of the person. Did he want to get something from you? What is he looking before you now throw yourself to the person? Don't just carry because he now tell you what you need and this and that. And jump into the person. No. The enemy must look to know what you need most. And they will use that as a strategy to enter you. And that is why many people are using it to. The division you see in IPOB today is because many of us are still thinking, oh, we're supposed to burn Nigeria now. Everywhere is supposed to be catching fire. But you never think about, do you have the capacity to withstand the fire that you are about to start? Where is your leader? How safe is your leader during the fire? Is your leader safe, or you want to exchange the life of your leader with ordinary fire? You can never think because your brain is too small to think. As it is now, Ndị Igbo kwesịrị ịma na ala Igbo is the only place they have na banyị tata. All the Igbo leaders, all the prominent Igbo men, ihe kwesịrị ịmata na is putting ala Igbo first in anything, even in this Biafra struggle. Igbo first. Igbo first. Only Urobo should put Urobo first. That is how it is being done. But when I say it, some people got some you are so tribalistic. When I do tribalistic, I always confront reality. I always tell you the truth, because that truth is only few will be able to accept it. And it's only few will understand it. That is why if that no he don't pamper you. He don't paint you to join IPOB. He don't try to make you happy. He used the most abusive word to talk to you. That is when, if you now see the truth, you will now come back knowing how radical he preached, how abusive his words is, and you now follow him as a leader. You will not complain that he is not respectful again, because before you join him, you don't see him lying like all these Nigerian pastors and Nigerian native doctors. You don't see him. He confronts the reality. He tell you the truth. That is why before now he tell you that only INEC can decide who will be the governor, the president in that contraption. He knows the reality. But up till today, have you people reasoned far? Have you people thought about it? You can't reason. It might check him because it cannot far. It can reason backward. Manya like here. Let me re-echo this again. Ndi Igbo, like I am passing this message to the Igbo, Ndi Igbo nwe big platform. Mado diko no Igbo. Biko, inwete this message. Achom ki ite Kenya as your topic. Enlighten the Ndi Igbo, the need to return home for this upcoming census, so that kaimalo population Ndi Igbo di. So that anything in Nigeria can Ndi Igbo malu their potential, can Ndi Igbo malu the power they have, so that kawalu Ndi bani maka the need hageji make andu gumalo that na Ndi Igbo abụlọ minority. Kaimalu mena kaikowatalu ndozo na Ndi Igbo abụlọ minority. Na Ndi Igbo actually is the majority, and Ndi Igbo are the king makers. That will enable us when any Igbo man is coming out for any political office, he will be speaking with boldness. You will never see Ohanese ndị Igbo going to the north to beg uncircumcised Fulani man and be calling them a kingmakers, so that other tribe ga-abịakwanụ n'ala Igbo bịakwanụ kpọọ anyị kingmakers and beg us for anything that will happen in Nigeria. When you talk about economic growth, ndị Igbo chia. When you talk about individual development, self-investment, investing in human being, ndị Igbo nwere ya A1, ha nwa nọ ya. Achọrọ m ka onowu Igbo imetụtụrụ obere aka mana n'iji mete isi na ama aka na ị ga-preach. Echele ka ama data aka before preach. Take it upon yourself as onowu Igbo Igbo, as a area ọkụwata. Ihe m ga-agwa gị ya bụ na nna ege gị ọfụma. Imekwa nke ọjọọ ndị ahịa nchewa gị azụ maka chi. Mana nke na-agwa gị kịta ị ka na-emeche. The same thing to nwanne anyị nwoke Okulora. Ọ naghị iji ewe your capacity wee na-ere ezilu ndị na-ahịa ahụ ego. Now, achọrọ m ka iji look at this opportunity wee raise this salam our people ịnata for this census, so that could reduce olu gị your the suffer of this, because ọ ga-eme ka a lot of things ga-heal n'ala Igbo. Ka anyị wee malụ na anyị dị, ka wee malụ ka ga-ejiri wee na-request for budget. The same thing to Skibo Comedy, Woman Leader, and the rest of you, Namachala Funu, Lord Zeus 101. And my call on you people. This is no longer an issue of IPOB. This is your own issue. You have to put it on your head. If you love an Igbo man, if you love Igbo land, you want Igbo to regain their integrity. It is your duty. And I am calling, you are not doing it IPOB. You are not fighting for IPOB this time around. You are fighting for yourself. If it is possible, meet Beno, the political moguls, and the business moguls, Madodika Obi Kubanas, Joey Zazadem, Waha, Nahage, Wopute transport. Ngana about this thing, Ngane chu not na Yoruba, ne trek and milligene bunata and deba nebunata, to put an end for some certain things. Census is not an election. No, census is not an election. In Alibo, when the census is conducted, the Igbo politicians and the people in Alibo will be the one to announce their population. The record will be there. Many of you, they too small, they on a tender age as of 2006 to know how census is being conducted. Census is not election in Arenge or here. There are people in charge. Okay, water. So when we are talking, I know many of you amugunu or nakamubelunu, because most of people now on social media, there's something now. Amubelo hana 2006. Amugodo haga 5 years, 4 years. Or in 1999, 1998. Because we have seen a lot of things. In an 40. So ablomo tata ablomo and then na I put on social media I pempe work go na age. A quarter. Ablozimo say I'm a many paradise in the goal. Mala menu Decembers mbagol. A quarter. So that is Eben na lugaka. Why play our own role? The truth. Now, confronting the reality. Ndị Igbo at this point of time, ka ihe ndị Igbo kwesịrị confront. Ka ngwazie gị the reality ndị Igbo kwesịrị face and focus on it right now. The number one thing ndị Igbo kwesịrị focus now is the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And well, any other topic or any other objection or any other thing ndị Igbo kwesịrị dị na-ekwu now, apart from the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And well, any other thing, onye Igbo ọbụna nwujulala nni afọ kwesịrị ịdị na-ekwu kịta na platform ya or any place ọ nọ. Enweghị any other thing ị kwesịrị ịdị na-ekwu apart from the release of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu and the referendum, because the people you called your brother have shown you that you are not one. They have shown you paper. Hey, let's go again when no ataka. Ndị na-akpọ your brother chawago gazo. Ndị na-akpọ your brother apego gi 2 by 2. Him go that you have nothing in common and you are not welcome. What do you need to do? Our brother Peter Obi, Mr. Peter Obi, at this junction, you need to confront the reality. What is that reality? The reality is for you people, every Igbo obedient movement, to call for referendum, to support that energy, that power, the same way you people promoted the obedient. These are the same way you people supposed to be calling for Biafra referendum. Because the people, you people are thinking that you are one, have totally disappointed and showed you people that you are not one. Use that energy, use that power to call for referendum. When they come to your platforms, both private and everything, you will see that you are giving the impression that we are not one and we can never be one, that we need the referendum, so that everybody will determine if we can be in this very nation or not. Our barrister is here. Omote Biafra, greetings from here. I cite you. This is supposed to be the reality. But do you know the reason why we are not talking about the release of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu? Because the northern part, the Fulanis and the Yorubas, have put that fear, have made us to become coward in order not to speak. We must confront the reality by telling the Yorubas that with this very action you people have shown in Lagos and the other part of the Yoruba land, it is a clear evidence that we are not one. And for this, we are calling on referendum. As an Igbo politician, you know how to put this word in a diplomatic way. Nobody will arrest you and nobody will harass you. It is your human right. It is in that Nigerian constitution. As a senator, confront the reality. Tell your opponents that I am calling for total referendum, because with what have shown in this past election is not what we expected. This have been happening and the Igbo are losing. For how long will something happen to us before we know that, yes, it is time for us to go? How many times? Is it just massacre? Are we going to count? Is it Ladepo market burning? Is it a Casino massacre? How many Abi Kano massacre? They have killed Abi Abuja burning shops, Sokoto killings. How many? Those messages is a very sensitive one that every one of us need to understand. When you see me, somebody like me, I'm supposed to be chilling, playing in one garden with my children, but I am here on social media shouting, sweating, or they call. So I leave everything. Shout on. Am I? Is it? Am I? What am I getting? Is because we have problem, and I know that the solution to that problem is for our leaders to confront the reality. That reality is every governor now supposed to call for the release of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. It's no longer something you will become a coward. You subjected yourself to become a coward. The day you start selecting some words you will talk and the one you will not talk. Are you people aware that Shiite Muslim protested in Abuja, capital territory of the Federal Republic of the Zoo called Nigeria? They protested in hundreds and in thousands of them. The Nigerian police never arrested any person. They never killed anyone. They only despised them with tear gas. The following day, they came back again. They protested again. The same thing. Nobody arrested, no killing, nothing. They protested 3 times for the release of the El Zakazaki's properties that was seized by the Nigerian government. Now, IPOB members protested in Aba, Biafra land, and they were slaughtered in their numbers. More than 50 of them was slaughtered. Do you know the reason? Because Ndi Igbo cannot confront the reality. Ndi Igbo have failed to confront the reality. You must confront the reality. You must tell your enemies that they cannot push you to the wall. Are you people aware that this Ndi Igbo in Ajawo, who just speak without manner, who was called Ndi Igbo in Lagos? I know that he speak out of ignorance. He was arrested and sentenced to 30 days in prison. Do you know the reason? The reason is because he is an Igbo man. MC Olumo, who threatening Ndi Igbo in Lagos, have not been called for ordinary question, for ordinary interrogations. Femi Fani Kayode said that he will make Nigeria ungovernable if Peter Obi win Tinubu in court. And up to today, the Nigerian DSS have never called him for interrogation. Because for him to make Nigeria ungovernable for any person, he is not going to do it by writing on social media. No. He is not going to do it by coming to speak like this. No. It shows that he has a lot of thugs, criminals, and Boko Haram bandits that he will use to wreak havoc. But nobody have called for his arrest. Up to today, it pains me a lot that the Igbo sons, Igbo lawyers, Igbo big men, Igbo this, Igbo that, have never picked any case against MC Olumo. That is to tell you that you are becoming lower than a coward in that contraption. And for your image to be redeemed, for you to rewrite the wrong again, you need to confront the reality. And the only energy you need to confront that reality is by speaking the truth. Say it. The criminal from Kogi State, in the person of Dino Malaye, he said, and I quote, "If you say the truth, you will die. And if you don't say the truth, you will die. You better say the truth and die." When you know that if you confront the reality, you will die. And if you don't confront the reality, you will die. Why can't you confront the reality? Why can't you confront the reality? Everything that is playing, the suffering of Ndi Igbo today, is because Ndi Igbo attach themselves to be one Nigeria. It's because Ndi Igbo know that the only solution for their suffering today is referendum, but they are running away from it. Ndi Igbo knows that in as far as they are one Nigeria, they will be losing every year. But what are we getting? When IPOB talk, when they say, oh, kill, bring IPOB, kill them. If that is Ndi Igbo in Ajawa, somebody, Ngajago is his name. If he was a Yoruba man, nobody will arrest him. Nobody will even call him for interrogation. He will be moving freely. If that man is to be a Fulani man, nobody will arrest him. There are even Shetima, the vice presidential candidate of Tinubu, is the founder of Boko Haram, and he sponsored them. Imagine Shaki Gumi, who is the spokesperson of bandit, is moving with convoy with Nigerian military and the police, and he is representing bandit in that Nigeria, and no arrest, nothing. He is going meeting upon meeting with every governor, including Mr. Pitobi, and you cannot speak for your brother, your Mazinam Dekan. You are afraid of what the enemy will do, or you are afraid because you don't want the enemy to arrest you. Why? Where are the courage of Ndi Igbo? When and how did Ndi Igbo come to this level of cowardice? It baffles me seeing an Igbo man gallivanting in another man's land, trying to tell us that he do this, he is this and that. Why Igbo is diminishing every day on a daily basis? We are going down. Economically, physically, spiritually, everything is going down. We need to confront the reality. Confrontation of the reality is the beginning of to save Ndi. Without confronting the reality, without telling your opponent who you are. That is why I am not happy with the people begging people to become an Igbo person. Awesome. Any day you deny that you're Igbo, you are cut off. You can never. That's why if one of family once has a fellow that they are not Igbo, leave them, allow them to go. Onwe got to go down in I got to go down one malo kaira. Malo yes. Na izu keme, na izu ife ji nwoke eme. Onwere obodo na-anụ communal war apart from ndị Igbo. Ga check here. It's very hard to hear that there is a communal war in that, even in that Nigeria today. But bịa n'ala Igbo, ị gaa n'Ebonyi State, enwe communal war. Ị bịa n'Enugu State, enwe communal war. Ị bịa n'Anambra State, ọ na-exist because ala Igbo is underdeveloped. Development ends that communal crisis because when the place is developed, the people will not see chance to be fighting because they will do when everywhere now just so boundary just a full block with your destiny with your boundary. Will you get time when you are busy working? Will you get time for work among yourselves? Ndị Igbo ka anyị malụ na-ejilo mgbagbu aya lọgụ. Ihe eju ejide anyị na Nikita bụ, oh, we don't want war. Imagine with what we have built in Onitsha. Ihe anyị lugolu na Kano, and you need those war. Ukraine now war with Russia. Are you not aware? Syria no war. Iran and Iraq no war. As I am speaking to you now, Israel and the Palestinians now bomber to bomber. Those things we know that so that next time when you think, you will know that this person will do. Mana, I na-atụ job. If enemy na Nigeria tata, if enemy ndị Igbo na Nigeria, is that not worse than war? The world is talking about Ukraine because they made their own open. The reason that they could take ndị Igbo because ndị Igbo will remain coward. We are dying on our numbers. People na Igbo on a daily basis, the more than people na Ukraine. But nobody is talking about it because we have failed to confront the reality. Confronting the reality will end our suffering. Confronting the reality will liberate us. Confronting the reality will save us. That is why some people will say, when you talk about Christianity, they say, oh, Mas, don't talk about it. We are all Christian. You are Christian? Wow. Are you doing like a Christian? What makes you a Christian? When you tell them, if now these pastors contributed 95% of the suffering of Ndi Igbo today, they will tell you, say, oh, Mas, that is not a lie. That is a lie, I mean. But me and you know that the truth remains that the false information, the mental slavery Ndi Igbo no n'ime today was put on them by the pastors and the reverend fathers. The war is already going on, but we are afraid. Ganuli, I posted the video on my platform, Biafra Unit. Do you know how many houses that was destroyed? Is that not a war? And no governor is saying something about it. No local government chairman is raising alarm. No House of Assembly member is talking about it. No House of Representative that is talking about it. No senator that is talking about it. And in that place where those houses was destroyed, many souls was also wasted. But our people will tell you, oh, we don't want war. Why the war is on your doorstep? Okay, war. War is when war is killing, burning down houses, killing people. That is what is going on in our league. But we cannot confront the reality, and the people will kill and go scot-free. The killing of IPOB members in Aba should be something that Ohaneze Ndigbo will take upon themselves and say this can never happen in our land, and they speak, and that could have led for. By now, the House of Assembly would be shout motion, every motion. Ghana, we need the referendum. I read a press release coming from OPC, and they say that they are ready to defend the Tinubu's mandate come May 29. OPC, which is Oduduwa People's Congress, is also in form of people that is fighting for Oduduwa Republic, and they are backing Tinubu. The question now is, who is backing Peter Obi? Which group? I see Niger Delta volunteer under the command of the Greek pig, Tinubu, telling you that he will send 1 million men to protect Abuja for Tinubu. It shows that Tinubu has connections with those groups, and he don't hide it. We have seen a lot of people coming out with guns endorsing Tinubu before the election, and the Tinubu never denied them. And you don't see any journalists asking Tinubu, we saw this group of people endorsing you, what do you have to say? No journalists have interviewed Tinubu in that area to know if he is in support or not. Do you know the reason? Once you write Tinubu that you want to interview him, and you mention that, he will tell you, don't say that again, and I don't want you to do that. He will caution you and tell you that they are my people, I sponsor them. But our own people, once you tell them, oh, we want you to come and speak about IPOB, you said, oh yeah, Channel TV, come on, I want to talk. I don't know them. They are criminals. They are jobless. The moment you disassociate yourself from your own people, the spirit of our forefathers will be against you. And that is what is now backfiring Peter Obi. He is my brother. I cannot deny him being my brother. Oh, one them work call. Mananga gwe ezioku. One them work. Eba hi na aga no zaderia. Anyamaji makagi wetosi ana afufu. Anya ga-ejizi maka na ịchọrọ Igbo presidency wee lezie imilikiti ndị Igbo niile, over 70 million of ndị Igbo awolozie uru to ndị ọzọ. Ọ dịlọnụ mma. Ngole ebe ọ dị mma. These are the reasons efu Maazị Achebe ọ na-eti mkpu every day by day. Time o kwesịrị iji wee na-enwere onwe ya ṅụrị, ọ bụrụ nwamba nke na-atachala ofu nkwụ ọ just Joe kụbanye ofu ebe na-erichalụ nnọọ. Ngwolie nọrụ here na social media na-etiwachi isi, na-eti mkpu every day because ama m na ebe ahụ ị na-aga n'ụzọ adịrị. People are always thinking that once you are a politician, you are more intelligent more than those that are not politicians. Person like me, I'm not interest in politics. My interest in politics, connection is not my problem. I am well connected, but I don't interested. That is why you see me on this. Ejim contact ma bona need the politics. Among some people happen to anashigi haji. Ejim contact ejem need etu onu, but they can't see me. Because one, you can just asi from asi, itu asi nke tukwasi anka, iki adilom. Enwelom that power. Ngwa gị na chọrọ ime ife a, ihe ahụ ngwa gị na chọrọ ime, ebe a ka obi m na-ada, ndị ga-eme that thing. I am somebody that is, I love being transparent. I love being straightforward. I love, once I say I am going to get this, chugidi ya until ma fish. Oh, the madam. That's why many people will tell you, oh, Maazị Achebe, don't tell him, he will just condemn you. I tell people on their face, what you making a jiko kunirum bagging one na come shim now upon you sabo. I tell people, I know how many jack pianash, nga bagini rugi, nebo sabo, because once ị gwa me na-eme ife dị ọna njụọ gị again oshigi n'ọnụ pụta nnọlebe agwa gị nwanna ya wụkwasabo ọ n'ihi na-eme na ọ dịla mma. I do it. Ask those that are very close to me. Amụtala m ka m ga-eje mfụ gị ka ị na-aba n'ọkụ nshi gị na continue. Because I always confront the truth. If Peter Obi want to command Nigeria today, if Peter Obi want to show the world that he controls Nigeria, what he will do is very simple. Ọkwa nwanne nwoke Peter Obi, ọ chọọ ijide Nigeria na mkpụrụ amụ na-apịa aka, just ọnọkata ọpịanya na ọfịanya aka, ha jụọ anya nna anyị ukwu ka efe chọ ka eme, nna anyị ukwu gwa just kwupụ ka emebie. Nya the clear support for Biafra. Ka o jide Nigeria na mkpụrụ amụ. Nigeria ga na-ayọ ayọ for Igbo presidency ọ na-enye ha condition mana nke kịta ọnọzi ha nwa ga na-enye condition enwere ike ime camouflage president ọnọlụdie for noyen's sake mana ọ mekete wee declare support through his weight behind Maazị Nnamdi Kanu and convince other Igbo politicians to stand firm with Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ndị Igbo ejide Nigeria na mkpụrụ amụ. Ejide Nigeria anything ha chọrọ ime ihe idire nje yọba n'ugwu ihe ga-eme epitu aka ọnụd ịma na ijide mmadụ na mkpụrụ amụ epi anya ka ọ bụrụ na mkpụrụ amụ ebe a ka ọ na-afị ofu. Ọ na-afị ofu n'ime afọ na-afị ofu na mkpụrụ obi na brain ebe a ka ihe dị efu Peter Obi ejide ha ebe a na-apị nke ọ bụla ọ chọrọ ọfiri ya anya ọ pịa anya ka ọ na ọgwa ha na-ekwe ife anya chọrọ. Enid him seaport. Enyi ozugbo. Enid international airport. Enyi ozugbo. These are the things. That is when you know that you are a man. You confront the reality. If you nwoke kwesịrị ime. Ịma nọ na-ajị maka ihe ndị ilo ga-ekwu, ife ndị Yoruba ga-ekwu, ife ndị ugwu ga-ekwu. You are running for your own brothers. Fact text. Oblugo no Igbo ka ọ ga-fight. It is also a welcome development. It is also I support him for that. I don't know against that. Obulu no chori no Igbo ahụ. People like Ono Igbo who believe in Igbo nation. Muna himself, I am people. All your label wanting. Ekweshigo me put on social media. Gwa onye ndo anya wolu source Igbo nation ka itido. Maka na ndị nke ọzọ to even me atros lom ha. To be honest with you, I will not lie you. And if you check some of my broadcasts, if una Igbo nation, Igbo independence is more preferable to me than the entire Biafra nation. To be honest. Because ndị anụ akpọrọ onwe ha ndị family at times na-eji ofe anya akụ ha na ofe anya ka nje eme ha anara m awata their way mana duto ebe anyị nọ ya anya nọnyego na ya nọnyego afọ anya abụrụgo nọnye mana some people ama awata confronting the reality, facing the reality. Iju onwe gị weta aka anụwa ndị Igbo ji with on how can we move forward? How can an Igbo man achieve anything in Nigeria? Kedu ka ndị Igbo ga-eji wee nweta anything that they deserve in that contraption? Enwe foundation, enwe root ndị Igbo chọrọ ịgba. Ojuso Kalu is begging for just Senate president. Look at the position. Look at. Onwere any person na-ekwuzi okwu ka nwoke. Enwere onye Igbo tata ga-ebe ọ nọrọ na-aba mba ọ na-ahagbo. Or that is it. Let's assume that even if you are not speaking for freedom of Biafra, but you speak like a man, like other North, or like other men, none are the same politics with you. When you are speaking, you speak for the interests of your people. You go to your people first. In a habo. And the monopoly of violence. And the before that, group. And that is why I tell you, you need to be connected. to your people. The Igbo youth immediately connect. Who are these Igbo youth? These Igbo youth are IPOB. They are not criminal. They are not armed robbers. They are not kidnappers. They are people that volunteer themselves to defend our Igbo. You need to give yourself to them to protect you. Listen to me. Let me leak these secrets to you. If the northern politicians, or all these northern politicians, go check the policemen and the military men, the military men and the policemen, all these northern politicians, all of them from A to Z, they were Boko Haram members. They are bandits. They recruit them, give them uniform, because is not a Nigerian military. Is a well-trained Boko Haram member. When you see a Nigerian uniform, you can equally do that. Recruit men. Chinyaha uniform Nigeria. Then, in where connection, you will abamba because no you're not going to Oma legi. Buhari today, gacheke Buhari forces in the Buhari nche. Ema for only Igbo die. Only Igbo na heche Buhari nche. The thing non aso rock. Gacheke Saraki. Enwolo only Igbo ga afu die. Even Yoruba land. Iga die. Ndi Igbo na leche fanche. Mana bia na Igbo politician. Okporo nya Hausa enyi egbe na echi enche. Mbochi acho ka egbu ogi bonya ahụ nọ n'azụ gị ga-egbagbu gị. Ga jụọ ma jụọ agụ iro nsị ka eko ji happen. How did it happen? These are the things our people. You see, oh, Mazi, you are not educated. What does education has to do with intelligence and wisdom? Akonu uchegi. Enwele anything but education. Education is another thing. Let me tell you the reason the DSS is inviting every Igbo man today is because I confront the truth. Let's assume that Madodika, for example, I want to give you an example. Madodika Rochas Okorocha speak his mind and he invited by DSS. Then Patrick Ifanyu Ebinyeshi, for what? Why you getting me invite? Ndume Nkulife Diona Maka Boko Haram. Why Nemeli invite? And for that, Rochas cannot go there. You back here, Rochas. Other politicians are back here. For example, you will see that Rochas will not go to DSS again. They will overlook it. Tomorrow, again, when you do that and back the person 2 to 3 times, the other part will know that in Haman will not matter again. And a beme boko to learn. Or not? Mana, due to fear. Okay. For example, now, Okweze Nkapoleze Ndibo na Ajao na Lagos. He have been arrested. Makana omegin Osinayaga invite IPOB. Ka abia properties nche. Ke ife cause for him to make that statement. Owu maka okwa na agba properties ahịa ndị Igbo na Lagos ọkwa. Why na ndị ọzọ na parade themselves as eze ndị Igbo in Kafanchan, eze ndị Igbo in China, eze ndị Igbo in Katsina, eze ndị Igbo na Kano, why na ha chadi na abịa call Simba, you cannot arrest this man for this statement. Then well something ede ju ebe nwe ke una find go the solution to that thing part of you make this statement. No something in Meloji will make any statement. And Nuna find the whole solution. No kubala hindi Igbo na Ladipo. No, today there's no single arrest have been made. No, Anna Bundi Webeni Nekefunu Mego, Nahandi Bana Boku. Have you people arrested anyone? Why arresting him? Come on, happen also. In fact, no Bununa Hapolia, everything Shikosha. All Nanda mean beat a lot of what this woku. You will see something change. But all of them went silent, cowardice. The Fulanis are now planting Ohanes and Ndibo. How dare a Fulani man to appoint Ohanes and Ndibo Abankete? Because you fail to protect yourself. You fail to confront the reality. You are waiting for a Fulani man to help you to fight your fight. How can you be waiting for your oppressor to fight your fight, to fight himself for you? How can your oppressor fight himself to free you? It is impossible or not possible. Possible. That is why IPOB is very strong, because if IPOB does kill all of us. But I am a one of us for you to issue a capture. That is why Hajidoni Sian Mazinam Dekanu, Efuchike Dozem China Sanworu and members of the US with other IPOB. I can now make sure that now this IPOB continue. And now Bambo, now confront to the reality. We did not fold our hands. The only thing the politicians who supposed to stand up to make sure that these people are well protected are becoming more than a coward. Now the whole eastern part, and all of it men, about politics. You get your opponent. When you look at your opponent, if you can those people that supported P2B, all the Yorubas are not supporting the Tinubus, because they thought that with the P2B and the other they can now distract and destroy IPOB. But they think, oh, we have succeeded. Now they are going back to their shells. But IPOB remains strong, because the more you think you have destroyed IPOB, the more confused you become when when you realize that you have fooled yourself. Confronting the reality. Are we going to confront it to end the suffering? The upcoming census is another opportunity for Ndi Igbo to confront the reality. I know they will start threatening Ndi Igbo again. If you go back, don't return. If you dare go back to your land, don't return. All those things are the reasons I can marginalize. Any person who going to hell with your land. Is your land more fertile than any part of Biafra land? A makano also na ala Biafra ki ebe konli yali tinye fertilizer. That in the more of ma. No fertilizer, nothing. That in the more of ma. Gap any part of the world on lebo name apart from Biafra land. So na Biafra land the kege be control na e hapo diana. E we fa na natural manure, organic manure and all there. Nwe original test. Other places, artificial manure. We're not only manali Igbo and when you artificial manure. Is that not to tell you that you are blessed? Millinezo. In the Anambra State now, before you go poor and go 1, 2, 3, go 10 million, you have everything in abundance. To even make water system run in every community is very easy in Anambra State and other part of the Igbo land. But because we are failing to confront the reality, that is why we are suffering. Biafra. Why don't you want Biafra? Actually, we have invested in Kano. We don't want war. But when police, Fulani man is that that is why some people I am very, very ashamed. Because I want our people are water tanks. The census is for you to correct yourself again. Rewrite the wrong. Kita kandi madu gebido. And may repeat here. Every media platform should be promoting and propagating this census. The more reason the one need the home for the census to be taking place, so that they will be partaking in their own homeland. It will also enable and facilitate Biafra restoration. Every Igbo man now questioning the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. And what does he also need? Can sign no need to know that you are not accepted in Nigeria? And we're signing need. Can what the sign need? Okay, mbamapo ganya. Go potagin plan tinye gị n'aka before you know that you have been rejected in that contraption called Nigeria. You cannot do your business as you like in the north. You cannot do business as you like in the west. You cannot even do business as you like in the south. Now tell me the reasons why you are still one Nigeria. One reason you are one Nigeria. You are enjoying one Nigeria. Mazinam the kind of pathway, make way for P2B. This is the time P2B need to reciprocate, pay him back, and they talk about his release. The one thing that baffles me at P2B, all this killing of Ndibo, he never tweeted it. He never showed any sign of this, of sadness in him about the burning of Ndibo. Knowing fully well that Ndibo na Lagos today is because of him, P2B. Yet he shows less concern. But he can easily tweet about the death of Shaki Gumi, the bandit leader. He can easily send a condolence message to Deborah Samuel that was killed. But his own brothers means nothing to him. Onyeko Aineti Okute Ndibo. Before you call Mado Okute Ndibo, what have he done for Ndibo? Is he speaking for Ndibo? The answer is no. Is he showing concern for Ndibo? The answer is no. He should, you people, obedience should force him to speak for Ndibo. His tweets go far. The world watch it and listen to it. Let him talk about the killing. When I say, you say, Mazi, you don't need to talk like this. I question weapon emotions. Confronting the reality. Confronting the reality. That reality needs to be confronted. And that will now make you to understand where you belong. Onyekwo referendum is not an abomination. Nobody will arrest you because you call for referendum. A referendum is recognized in every existing nation, in every law. A call for referendum is not a call for war. Nobody should tell you that calling for referendum is a call for war. If P2B is avoiding calling for referendum, is a what of telling other tribe to stop damaging the properties of Ndibo? What is that also a call for war? That is the reason. And in Igbo now, mezi onye ọbụla ndị ame campaign n'ala Igbo echenye echichi. Afọ Samuel Otom ka ọ bịa n'ala Igbo echenya gịnị ka echidiri ya ihe nwana of ndị Igbo agụ na-eche mba ndị Igbo. Samuel Otom agụ na-eche mba ndị Igbo. Then when you investigate Samuel Otom, who cannot protect the indigenous people of Benue State, is now agụ na-eche mba n'ala Igbo. Then the late Bubu abịa n'ala Igbo echenya nwanne dị na mba ndị Igbo. That is the thing just n'ogumike echi niile now. Ofu onye Boko Haram ga-abịakwa n'ala Igbo bịa n'alụ ike mba ndị Igbo. Because ndị Igbo have lost their taste. They na-enye title as if no amaghị ihe title. How many ndị Igbo have taken any title in the north? Ihe ha na-take you slave titles. The earlier we understand that, it's better for us. Any day we start confronting the reality, our brain will be open and we will understand the truth. Aga m enye ohere onye chọrọ ịkpọ na phone nwere ike ịkpọ, onye chọrọ join the program. You can join the program before I round it up because I have already spent almost 1 hour 30 minutes. Abunding were question IPOB leadership are very much wise. Let us start these things. Imado sell IPOB leadership everything. You can't. There are some certain things we need to do. One Nigeria can never, ever favor onye Igbo. That's one Nigeria. Once we are one Nigeria, we will continue suffering. Anyị ga na-ata afụfụ, anyị ga na-ata ikikere eze, anyị ga na-suffer until we start confronting the reality, until anyị mụta isi enough is enough. At this junction, we need to do this. At this junction, we need to do that. At this junction, we don't need these things. If you cannot face your enemy, if you cannot face other tribes, what makes you a man? Gịnị mee gị nwoke? Ha na-agba kpụrụkpụrụ, na-agbagharị, na-amịgharị ka awụ. Imagine, enough is enough. Until ndị Igbo politicians akwụsị bụ coward, then I can see why the middle belt are not waking any up. All those things are political motivated in order to cause confusion. The middle belt are sleeping like a 120 years old woman breast. The Niger Deltas are waking up. Who is waking them? Who are waking up there? The only wake up the Niger Delta can wake is like waking up for pipeline guy to take up a pipeline security. Middle belt is the same thing with South. And well, don't think those people even know their left from their right. And what on your up and awake? Which up? On your awake? Who wake them? The only people that have waking up in that contraption is in the Igbo. But the Igbo, 1% of the Igbos who are the Igbo leaders is pressing them down. Here you are that now Labour Party go nowhere. The person who get win Labour Party ticket in Imo State is being sponsored by Hope Uzodinma. Are you aware? And before you know it, he will destabilize Labour Party in Imo State. That is why I tell you, before you see any party taking over power, you must see men involving there. The corrupt politicians have never moved to Labour Party, and the only thing they will do now is to set their agent and the cause division, cause chaos, and the Labour Party will just die a natural death. That is it. Before you know it, the ones that win positions in Labour Party will decamp to APC and the PDP, and that is the end of Labour Party. Nothing more, because the cabals control every party. Once they see that this party is moving, they will plant their evil seed there. That's why I tell you, how can a party cannot decide who will be their chairman? It's court that is not a member of the party will now rule who will be the chairman. A one that party knows anything. Court that is not member of any party will now decide who is going to be the party's national chairman. It seems that Nigeria wherever Hanaga. It seems that Naiga Patamunija in on only in Nigeria. And so each party, on your tribal party chairman or Joe Court. And the one name if you name no, your brains are intact. Or the possible. Are they not possible? Until you realize yourself, you are able to confront the reality. If not, when the reality will be done on you, anything will remain. Biafra now, because the reality have not done on you. enwere onye politician nọ n'ala Igbo tata ụjọ na-ekwe the bold enough na Channel TV call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why, no matter how it is, I respect Professor Chukwuma Soludo. He is the only man in every of his speech. Anytime he speaks, he always call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I respect him for that. At the initial stage, I was thinking and I thought it is just for political, what is their political campaign, but for repeating the same statements again, continue calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release, shows that it's not all about just a political issue. He has the interest of the man in his heart. Just that other people that surrounded him are cowards. You know, when you are surrounded by many cowards, you will lose, you will be gradually becoming a coward. But when you are surrounded with lions, you will automatically become lion. That is what is happening in the majority of Igbo politicians are coward, and it is affecting those that are not coward. Person like Eyin Baribe is now having small fear in him because a lot that surrendered him are coward. MI5 and MI6, when you say, they say you don't say it. Don't talk. You don't build alliance like that. Speak and watch that thing that will happen. Speak. Let the people protect you. Speak. He always speak. When our people arrest now, because the foundation is not there. We must lay the foundation of Onyaya na Nwanne. We must lay the foundation of Onulube Nwanne. That these two things is what Ndibo is lacking. Ndibo is lacking Onyaya na Nwanne and Onulube Nwanne. If Ndibo can build that very Onyaya na Nwanne in Ala Igbo, build Onulube Nwanne na Ala Igbo, and once one Igbo man speak, in as far as he is speaking for the interest of Ndibo, and the Fulanis come for the person, you must, as a matter of fact, protect the person. That is the strategy the North are using. That is the strategy the West are using. And that is why you see Professor Sonyenka supporting Tinubu and calling obedient names. Because he knows that Yoruba first before Nigeria. He knows that Yoruba is the first before Nigeria. That is why you see people like Fayoshe, the former governor of Ekiti State, supporting Tinubu because he knows that Yoruba first. That is why you see Femi Fani Kayode supporting Tinubu. Even the person who took Tinubu to court, in the person of Festus Kayamo, is now the spokesperson and the era of Tinubu, Yoruba first. They always gang up to. There is no any prominent Yoruba that is against Tinubu. Go and check it. And when any prominent Yoruba that is against Tinubu, and when any prominent northern person that is against Shetima, and any prominent Yoruba northern person that is against Atiku, they can just tell you, come on the Channel TV, Arise TV, and sell their market to you. But deep down their heart, they are with their people. Manabiana Libo, or Josokano, if live, or no de Jesus Yali, Okezi Bazu, a retired bonfu, on Ebony and Jesus Yali, Devil Mahi, another bingo, and the Mekuma can wine Yana Chenugu State. Woman in mouse form, Uguan, Anya Cabo, just a Chebaba, Kewe Mezu on Ogugo, Aquawan the governor Uguanya Pota. Hey, Governor Tagafuna Libo. Hey, I bet you tell Unu Aqua. Eh, Bellomu Governor Aqua na Libo. Kachineke Nalumpulo the governor na Libo. Nandokwa. Just look at if Koho Posadema, look at Ihako governor na Libo. Just look at. Just no go down and they go to that governor. None of them can be bold enough to speak like a man. None of them. And well, any of them will keep working. Nobody have the interest of his people. Their selfish interest, and that have subjected us to unending slavery. We are suffering physically slavery, and the Christianity are putting us in mental slavery. These are the two things man is fighting. If you can, if we can get ourselves out from this physical slavery, what of the mental slavery? It's in your line. Do you know that mental slavery is more dangerous than normal slavery in Kitty? Nobody can emancipate us from mental slavery if you don't confront the pastors and the evil reverend fathers and the rest. Now, Libo na Bayala today is because we have failed to confront the reality. We are afraid to face the reality. When you talk about the reality, they will not be telling you, oh, don't say this. It will hurt us. It will affect us. You cannot progress without stress. You cannot progress without sacrificing things. You cannot make progress without losing something. You use what you have to get what you want. What does that? What is that Igbo have that they will use to get what they want? Each Igbo presidency, good and fine. What do you have to get it? Kefiji, Echitalaja, Kedifiji Wenaba. Now, OPC have come out publicly without fear, and it's stated very clear that they stand with Tinubu. One night work a Pitobi, which people can come out to stand with you? OPC, Oduduwa People's Congress. They have come out very clear. And you know, Haji Ebe being sponsored, the ammunition, Bunotas, that is sophisticated weapons. And when you arrest, Tinubu equip them, they arm them to the teeth. They have come out. We are fully backing Tinubu. Oh. In 2011, the late president of Nigeria, in the person of late Muhammadu Buhari, the former president of Nigeria, the late Muhammadu Buhari, he made a statement against Jonathan. He said, I will make this government ungovernable to you, and the monkeys and baboons will soak with blood in 2015. And he grabbed the power. When Jonathan won the election 2015, he used Boko Haram and bandits to terrorize. Have you people forgetting about the Mother St. Teresa Catholic Church massacre? That more than 105 Igbo Christians were burnt alive in that very church in one single day under the command of late Buhari. Have you people forgotten? And the person who formed the Boko Haram they used to kill those people is the current vice president of Tinubu, now the elected vice president, Shatima. This Shatima or whatever it's called. In history, ndị buying were short-term memory. Na Tinubu na Buhari enweli fortune. He cannot make that statement, but he executed it because no were gallant men. He armed them and he protected them. Before he made that statement, he challenged Jonathan. He said, an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the north. And when he arrested Emily, he confronted the reality. He said something as a man. Oh, okay, Kobu. This is what Igbos lack. Men that will stand and say, men that will talk and do, apart from Mazen Amdekan and well as men. And the same lion is in the cage. The question now is, who will now bring out the lion? Who will save the lion? It pains a lot. Now, at this point, we have not realized our mistakes. We have not realized what we're supposed to be doing. We cannot confront the reality. It pains me a lot. And it hurt me. I will leave it here. And I will say, until Ndi Igbo realize that we have been trapped down with this one Nigeria. We have been caged with one Nigeria. Until we realize that and they start confronting the reality, we will never move anywhere. On this note, I say, guide and protect Mazin American. Guide and protect every IPOB principal officers. Those that are genuine, because there is a lot of them that are not genuine. Those that are genuine, guide and protect you all. And for those of you who are sabotaging this movement, your end is near. May Chukwu give us more strength and wisdom to fight this battle and win it, and to enter Biafra with healthy life. He said, I always tell people, before I round it up, let me drop this message. Some of you are sabotaging your brother, while others are fighting the enemies. Your own fight is how to bring your brother down. If you backstab your brother, after that you come out, Dianago, Nimenity, Kamamu Gabo Sabo, Kamwani Hayao, Kamwani Hayao, Kamwani Hayao, Kamamu Gabo Sabo, Kamwani Hayao, Kamwani Hayano Bigademum. Uchemefo go that ego. Where is Uchemefo today? You will sing this thing finish. You got stab all your brother from back. You already a sabo. You will do that. Continue doing it. The day of reckoning is coming. And I am pleading with the IPOB leadership. It is time for you people to revisit some people you have put in so many positions. We have a lot of people who are not working for Biafra restoration. Rather, they are chasing power. They are power mongers. Revisit them. Those things they say to you people that make you people to give them the position. Revisit them. Ask them, what have they done it? Ask them. Actually, people revisit all those things to know. The truth. Because onano MAP eziokwu bụ ndụ nọ. Ihe na-agba m n'uche every day bụ how to restore Biafra. Ihe na-bother m every day is how Maazị Nnamdi Kanu will come out. What I think every day is how can we restore Biafra so that ka m jiri ndụ m kpọrọ ife. Ka m nwekwanụ time with ezinụlọ m. Ka m bikwanụ ndụ ka every other person. M pụtanụ na n'iru akwụkwọ ọ bụrụ ebe nna aṅụ mmanya na-ata n'anụ. And what was in time? He said, even common picture on Kitty, and one time when you say picture. At times, so be an one. Obula Nanda no amateur celebrating a hackam de gallant or there. Man, I'm will something. I have something in front of me. It took my time because all my time I have invested them in this very movement. And it hurt me seeing a lot of people. It hurt me seeing a lot of people working very hard to bring their fellow comrade down in order for them to be called a hardcore. You are already a sabo. That's all I have to tell you. And for those of you who think we don't understand anything, when the time comes, the spirit of Biafra will wipe all of you out. That is all I have to tell you, people. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide us, give us more wisdom and strength to move on. That's all I have to say. May God bless you all until I come your way again. I remember my humble self, MAP Ezioku Bunto, one in Biafra land. One Aflomirugi. I have a mission, and that mission is Biafra restoration. I have a destination, and that is Biafra. And I pray Chukwu Okike Abiama to grant me my heart desire. Every good desire that I think of, grant me. Every bad one, don't grant it. And those of you in the leadership, any of you that has good desire, may Chukwu Okike Abiama grant it. And any of you who has bad desire, may Chukwu Okike Abiama deny it. Onye ọbụla chere ihe ọma ka ihe ọma bịala, onye chere ihe ọjọọ ka ihe ọjọọ garịa. Ọ na-aka ọ ga-adị n'Eke, ọ na-aka ọ ga-adị n'Orie, ọ na-aka ọ ga-adị n'Afọ, ọ na-aka ọ ga-adị na Nkwọ. Ise. Daalụkwanụ ndị ọma ga-eme ntị. Ekene m onye ukwu, kene onye nta, wee sị ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Asị m mmiri ata na amazụ anwụ na onye chere onye azụ elu. IPOB, one family, IPOB. Nwanne, gbasie mgbọrọgwụ ike, anyị nwe mmeri. Ndewo.